Oh, there he is.
Hey.
Oh, okay. Well, you know. See if Ash hasn't said anything, so let's see if he responds. Yes, I can.
Hey, Clint. I spotted some inbounds to Barstow, like one at Ash Hill and one at Daggett, and to try to get some inbound traffic. Um, yeah, so I think there's one at Daggett, so you'll get that one pretty soon, and then we'll get one at I think Amboy and one at Ash Hill. So there's 3 of them out there. Yes, they do, and there's going to be some. I actually I'll give you some notes on them because I think the first one is like it's blocked to go to Lamar to be the lac or the bar lac because I think it's already blocked coming in, so it's gonna be like yeah. You can change power and you can change symbols, but I think I'm trying to do that instead of putting a whole bunch of local humps, configurations. So if I can generate them and get them kind of blocked correctly, it should be easier just you know, to reblock them or just change power and go.
Right. I saw your sneak peek there. I kind of like how your sneak peek works. There. Jeez. Yeah. See, no, I know how to code, but I think I'm good.
That nobody has figured out, like especially over in the depot community, how to spawn trains wherever they want them. Or more so, I guess I should say that how to systematically build and spawn trains outside of the Run 8 spawning system.
Hey Ken, are you ready to go? So
Yeah, I'm all good.
okay, I'm gonna start the clock and we'll get moving. I gotta go back to work tomorrow, so no, I'm looking
Well,
forward to
I've
that.
been I've been off. I took off after New Year's Day because Mom fell before Christmas and fractured 2 discs in her neck. So she just had surgery on the 2nd. So I'm off helping taking care of them. So,
Hmm.
and that is not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So, and I'm taking all of next week off yet, just so that I'm around. So,
Okay.
We are on the BNSF 7803 tonight with the Q-LACNWH6, which is going from LA Hobart Yard to Chicago to be interchanged with CSX. See if the yard crew did their job properly and set it up right.
they had a pretty good ride. dispatcher was doing a pretty good job of keeping that Amtrak going.
Yeah, I was wishing we had a few more meets out there. So
It's still a little dry out there. I mean, you're getting stuff, but not.
need to get some more grain trains
Looks to
going into
be
the area,
set up properly.
which I'm working on. Oh, tonight we're gonna have. By the way, I just spawned on the VAW bar at Hammond. Well,
I just saw
actually,
that
I moved that spawn point back, so I'm not spawning it right at the.
signal.
Yeah, so now it's back. It's back at the next signal, so you'll see it roll up for a while. But it's like that way it gives you some advantage and have it roll through and not block all those crossings over there.
Yeah.
But we're also in 15 minutes. I'm gonna do the 8 Rick back, so it's gonna have the traffic for the locals along the Bakersfield side.
Okay.
So it's at 15:15, and it works Kawa in Fresno, and it also works Kings Park. It's got
Okay.
we'll just be dropping the tail off of the train at each of those spots, and then it goes on to Bakersfield with some more local traffic.
So what you're saying is I'm gonna have a lot of work to do with this guy, huh? Oh.
Yeah, not this one, but the next one we definitely got to do something with, and I'll be able to help. So
Air brake test seems to be good. Rear drop down to 70. Which, when you have DPUs, I guess the rear is going to respond really quickly.
Well, this is not.
what's that?
It appears that my Windows is gonna close out on me here.
That's always good.
Yeah. What would you need that for?
Well, my Bakersville's not showing up right either, so. Yep, there I just got kicked out of everything. Hmm. Alright. But this time you have no Northwest dispatcher because it just killed my run 8.
Okay.
Was that one of those auto update things?
I don't know what the deal was. It wasn't like everything wasn't even like reload everything in Bakersville because it wasn't coming up right. And then it just said nothing was going on there. And all right. All right. Everything. I'm good.
Okay. Good deal.
weird mouse thing where it jumps around again. I'm not used to having all this power.
Yeah.
Running up in Selkirk where they're running 1.2 HPT.
Yeah. Not a very challenging profile on the grades there. Lots of water level stuff. Right?
It is a little bit of a challenge to take a train that has 0.6 HPT, which is the minimum for Selkirk and Mohawk, apparently. Well, it's not really a challenge. It's just you can put it in notch 8 and never hit 50 miles an hour.
How about grabbing one of those Amtrak's out there though and running 110 mile an hour?
You can only do that on the Hudson line, though.
Hudson, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's fun while it lasts. You know, it's
It's still good amount of mileage. So if you start out in Hudson and you go from Hudson all the way till you get to the meet point there at oh, what's that CP that it connects to? One something, 160. No, it's after that, isn't it?
Which one are you talking about?
For the Amtrak, the Hudson line, and that comes out right there. I'm trying to look at it and I don't see it. CP 169. Then that after that, then it changes down to, well, you get out that way a little bit, it changes, it knocks down right before you get to that. But I've seen them do it to like 80 mile an hour on the AI side until they hit that curve. Um, right before that, and then they slow down. So when they leave, oh, right at CP 160, and they head, they're heading towards like Amsterdam. They'll take down. That's still like I think 80. No, I think it's still like 100 mile an hour running through there through all the autos and that, and then I think once they hit like auto 167, then they start to slow down. So, still getting used to a bunch of that. So,
This is kind of unusual, isn't it? Coming right out of Hobart, going directly to Main 3.
What you talking about, Clint? Sorry.
Coming out of Hobart, crossing over directly to Main 3. I thought it was left-hand running down through here.
It's right hand out to like Fullerton or I don't know where, or Atwood or somewhere, and then it goes left hand, right. I mean, correct. It goes left hand. I think it's around Fullerton or Atwood. I don't know where Chris does it.
You can do it anywhere between Atwood Junction and CP May. That would be your last good. Well, you could do it at CP Arlington too if you wanted to, but it affects your westbound traffic though. So looks like he's got it set up for from Atwood to Arlington where it switches. So he's got everything switching over at CP Basta. If it'd been me, I would have took you out on the main one, ran you all the way down to CP Santa Fe Springs, and then crossed you over down to 3, which then turns to 2. So.
You probably would have ran me to Bandini all the way on the yard lead.
Nah, I'd put you in every siding I could if it was you.
I believe it.
Just like I did poor Ash that one night.
Yeah, that still hasn't made it to Barstow yet.
Really?
I think hopefully it'll make it there tonight.
I need to work with Hawk a little bit on where the handoff is between you and him there, Ken.
Yeah,
I tried to clear it up.
That's about the time I lost my communication to run 8 decided, or my computer decided that it didn't want to let run 8 run, so.
Okay, just spawn the Rick back at West Hammond. And that one we need to take the cow into the yard. Okay.
All right.
It's spawned way west again, so it's got a mile before it ever gets to.
I'll give it a few minutes because Z just did its true point change out, and it's moving. So I'm gonna let he'd have priority anyway. So.
Oh yeah.
I'll get it stacked up.
And I'll get the track lined up at Kawa, okay, in the yard, because I kind of know what works based on some testing I did.
Ah. Well, you cannot stack. Oh, you cannot stack into the yard either way. Just to let you know, no matter what you try to do, will not let you stack any of them. That signal coming the other way. Because usually what I do, anything that's manifest that comes out of there, I have it skip over past take the outside track for main one, then come in down to 2 instead of going through the actual Amtrak station. Because I'm sure that the dispatchers don't send those through the actual Amtrak station. They probably, because if you had a high or wide,
Yeah.
you'd probably take the station out.
I kind of noticed when I just route it in TSCAD, it usually takes it to that crossover just east of the depot and crosses it over to 2 there.
Clear signal at Bandini. My understanding that the BNSF does not call their signals.
Just off a little bit, selecting the switch over there at
Don't want to get carried away with the speed. Get myself in trouble.
Well, I'm not used to seeing that. It's usually always the everything loaded first, and then so you reblocked all this. Then you like generated and then reblocked all the traffic.
Yeah, I put it in TMU and then got it in the sequence I wanted it, because I want to drop them off the back right in Fresno,
Right.
and then also in Kings Park, and
Right.
so I had to do it wasn't too bad. As long as you look at it and then get the right card numbers.
So 3 6. So it's 313 from 313 back is called, and then 316 to 316. No, yeah, because 316 would be Kings Park, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 316 Kings Park.
All right.
Did not see a whistle board for this crossing.
Oh, yeah. It's 313 on the end.
313's on the end.
Yeah, that's where
I'm basically going by where you have you still have the load of traffic forward, and then your empties are next. So
yeah.
basically, you cut after 316 empties, and then that's your.
Yep. Yeah, it does. Yeah, block in that way. I put the loads in the front of the block normally.
Are we leaving the
Leaving that
DPU?
DPU, yeah, because we won't need it.
Okay.
Probably didn't need it to start with. Probably could just, but yeah, leave it in Fresno.
That DT junction? Yes.
Are you controlling that train, Ken, or
Which one's that?
the Rick back?
No, that's Ash.
Oh, okay. I just noticed it was off of AI. It's like, okay, how'd that happen?
He said that's what he was wanting to look at, get into, was that one.
Okay, cool.
So you might want to tell him he's going straight into the yard once he comes out. Because he'll have multiple.
That's what he did last week. He jumped on a train at Daggett that was going right into Barstow inspection.
Well, just so that he knows he has work to do when he gets.
I'm sure that's probably why he wanted it.
Yeah, what? So have you talked to him, Ken? Is he on?
No, I haven't. I
Okay.
don't know if he's on the correct road channel or not. He hasn't toned me, so, and he just got a green signal. So
Okay. What is that? That's 55. Okay.
I don't think he realizes he can tone me up here but it shouldn't matter because even if you have ED, you should get your tones. So
Yep. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't think it has a tower that lights up in ED, but he still. I mean, he should be able to tone no matter what. You should be able to see it in TSCAD.
yeah. I think that was Bowles Tower is what it said. No. Yeah, it said Bowles Tower. Did he tell me what the correct tone?
There's a whistle board back there, but I don't see it crossing.
It's really flat out there. I guess he. Bulls is quite a way to the east.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it starts just past the connection there.
Oh, yeah, it's not 55. That's where he should be. 55.
Should be Santa Fe Springs.
So I answered him on the tone, and he hasn't responded yet.
You answered on 0. He might be talking to you on 55.
Yeah,
No, I answered him on 55.
I saw it on 0, so if you're on 55, then I don't know what's going on.
He knows he's got the call all set out.
Yeah.
Then his last set out will be, well, he'll just end in Bakersville, right?
Yep. And then magically we'll have cars for locals along the Bakersfield sub.
Oh.
But probably gonna have to be some blocking done, and with those cars, I don't know how they switch best, right?
Yeah. So you got him lined into the switch for the west side of the yard there.
Yeah, or into the first yard track closest to main 2 there. And if it works out right, he should be able to pull up and drop, and then come back on either go out the east end, or maybe be able to come in at the whatever that control point is, just east of the crew change point. Can't remember how I did it.
So wait a minute, where do I need to let him? Is it the main 2? That main 2 switch that goes into the yard? Is that what needs to be thrown in?
Yes. Yeah, just the one right after the Sunmaid crossing, right? Yeah, that one. I see you got.
Yeah. I'm not used to having to do that up here yet.
And then he might come out at Kawa on the east, or he may have to go all the way
at
to
that
the
at that
east yard.
signal or the
Yeah.
east yard.
Yeah. So he's got a hand throw that
CP La Mirada
to come out at Kawa. If he can't, then he'll go to the east end, closer to the Kawa crossing there.
Yeah, to the actual signal. So
Yeah.
really no need for the DPU yet. I think it's a little bit overkill on running on the flat down here.
You're spawning and deleting an awful lot of trains there.
Yeah,
Don't pay any attention to the man behind the curtain.
Curtain, yeah.
Yeah, but it should be on a different channel, so not everybody's getting those. Yeah, I forgot. I made the change at Yuma Sub to have stuff coming off of the different track now. Well, not all my spawns are automatically
Uh,
updated for that, so I had some work to do. It's all good.
and he's coming up here to Sunmaid. Well, he's coming to the crossing. That's Sunmaid. I wish they would have like extended the crossover track for the Sunmaid though. So like you could have had like a couple extra little spawn points there to just make like a an SJ or SJVR
Hmm.
train come across. I mean, obviously, I know.
Yeah.
Same way with further down. At like Wagner, in between Wagner and near the Hanford Amtrak station there.
Hmm.
It would have been kind of cool if they would have made them a little bit longer, like stuck them out a little bit further. So if you wanted to
Approaching Metrolink Buena Park.
spawn a local train going through, you could. You know. There's a sign there right where he's coming off into that yard. It says, "Attention! Remote control locomotives operate in this area. Locomotive cabs may be unoccupied."
That happens a lot around here.
Yeah. That's the way it's mostly done.
Even our mainline trains are remotely operated. You know, I got to thinking a little bit about when Sean was talking about creating an AI dispatcher. It could be done currently with the interface that they have available for the two external dispatcher programs. Because you have the information of the train when it arrives in a block, so you could program the logic to throw switches based on that. It's just a matter of if one of those two wanted to do it. The people that are creating those external dispatchers. Because I think, I don't have confirmation, but I know the depot has their maps that show where the trains are, and I'm assuming they get that information from external dispatcher.
Yeah, that one where they put it like in over an overall map, and it's like, yeah, I was wondering. I figured they had to do it through ED or something.
Because it seems to me like ED was created by Mr. Balls, right? But I feel like Sean that runs the depot, or I don't know if he technically runs it, but he does a lot of the coding for the website. I get the feeling that he's pretty much taken it over.
Yeah, because he's the one I had sent a message to when the version 13 came out, and there was no, the switches for uh, one end of West Colton wasn't in there because they switched them all over to the automatic, over to the automatic switches, and it wasn't an ED. So, and you couldn't unlock them unless you unlocked them in the F3 screen. And he sent me a message, and unbelievably, it came to he sent me the message back saying it would be, it would get updated. And sure enough, then he sent me a message back. Oh, it's been updated. Go ahead and go pick up the updated version of it. So
Yeah, they did. I don't know if they announced it very well, but they did do another update to it the other day. We found
how did they?
one of the the switches in the Hudson line was acting up. So he I saw it in the forums. The guy posted the problem, and then Sean replied, "Okay, the download file's been updated to fix this." And that, as far as I could tell, that's the extent of announcing that there's a new file.
So 14's been revised since.
Yes.
All right, I'll have to update that one because that's the one I use when I'm running. I've just started messing around with Mohawk and Selkirk. I've got some stuff already. I've got my freight stuff coming in and already working with some of the intermodal stuff coming in to and out of the WIT. So, and then I have my stuff on my Southeast too that I play around too in single player. And I still have my um, Southwest stuff too. So much to play with. Never enough time.
Yep.
It's really been fun trying to research the Mohawk Selkirk area to get like proper train numbers and all that up there for the era I'm running. I can only imagine. Weren't you doing something with that area up there too, Clint? But you were running Conrail, right? Conrail area.
Yeah, I was. Well, I changed the year several times, but there's a database with basically schedules from the start to the end of Conrail.
Oh, it's not been too bad.
What are you trying to do? Like the mid late '90s or something like that?
Yeah, it's kind of a mixture. There's stuff up till now, and then a little mixture of some of the older stuff. Pretty much most of the road trains I've got now are all current stuff, really. So, so I'm using a lot. Well, Depot's numbers are very light as far as compared to what I've found online to like what trains run where. So
Yes, yes. They're well. It's
like
because of the
if
way
you
they
look at
set up.
yeah, if you look at the list of trains that they have, like they're the I mean, now you have the trash trains which run through there.
Right.
They don't have like they don't have a lot of the grain trains. They don't have a lot of even the ethanol trains. The amount of ethanol trains that run through there. So
Yeah, it's funny because they have a handful of unit trains that run through that are spawnable and runnable by the members, but they also have a handful of unit trains and intermodal trains that run through, which is what they use for their AI, basically just to put some trains in for scenery when you're running.
right,
And they do have the trash train as an AI train.
do they? It just none of it's really listed. And then so I have I'm using some of their config, but not all of it. I've adjusted some of it, especially for like do it yard. I've kind of changed that around because it's just ridiculous how they had that set up. it's like small little blocks of where the cars change tag and all that. It's like, why? You know, you, you can have it auto select. Depending on it. What I have to, everything comes in DIY. Yeah, and then it'll empty the cars out, and then it'll reload everything with another outbound tag, and those outbound tags are, but then you got, like, there's not a whole lot of trains that originate and actually from DeWitt. I think there's like maybe two or three that are actually created in DeWitt that go to like uh, New York and New Jersey, or no, that's New Jersey, New York, and then uh, hold on, notes down here.
Yeah, you should take a look and see what Conrail was
And
doing with
yeah,
DeWitt.
so it's like NBJ. So like like I said, there's a lot of trains that stop through, and like for the love of me, I couldn't find. So I seen where like trains, like intermodal trains were originating out of Selkirk, and I'm like, where the hell is this shit coming from? Where is this at? Where is it generating? There's no, intermodal in Selkirk. Well, two trains drop off traffic for it.
Right.
So O2 and 10 drop traffic off in Selkirk for Worcester. And so, but then those both go out on two different trains. So the traffic comes in off O2, goes out on Q24, and the other one, stuff comes off of Q0110, goes on to Q012 for traffic. So it's like there's two trains that are, come out. But so yeah, I was just trying to track all that down, and I'm like, all right.
What's interesting in the I've been looking at the Conrail stuff too, and they actually have some of those schedules have blocks, like the block destination departure times from each of the yards
Oh
which train you
yeah,
belong to, and it's like then you can start to figure out a little bit better, like which traffic comes through and gets set off at DeWitt, right,
right.
and which train picks it up later. It's not it, there's enough clues there.
Yeah. Well,
It,
so like
yeah.
3 and 8, and then you got 157 and 159. Um,
Give
all
it a little
work
DPU.
DeWitt going west. Then you're obviously the counterparts going the other way work it going the other way. So 8, and there's another one. 158 works DeWitt, and those terminate at Sky, which is new Warwick. So
Yeah, it seems to me that Conrail used DeWitt more to interchange traffic between their intermodal trains than they ever did to actually unload anything there.
Yeah, they mentioned some of the blocks are for the ramp, right? But they're not. There's very few of that, right?
Yeah, most of it's just drop it
It's
off
either
here and let the next train through pick it up.
exactly. Yep.
yeah, it's basically like what North Baltimore is, because that's really
Mhm.
what North Baltimore does for the most part. Like there is no there used to be a direct train to St. Louis from like DeWitt, but that doesn't happen anymore because that's basically what North Baltimore does. Is it takes all that traffic and then puts it into a bigger train, and then they send that out. I mean, even stuff for Chicago will stop in at uh, North Baltimore and still gets sorted somewhat because it doesn't go. Some of them might go to clearing, and some of them might go to and I don't know whether there's another Bedford Park. So it all just depends on where it's going.
And I believe at some point in Conrail history, there was actually intermodal ramp activity in Selkirk.
In where?
Selkirk.
Oh, in Selkirk.
Mm.
Well, I know they call Q 090, which it isn't. It isn't an intermodal. Because all that is just um, reefer cars coming out of that rail tex,
Yeah.
but they give it a high priority intermodal status. But oh no, now you're spawning an Amtrak on me, huh?
It's time for 714. Did Ash ever get a set out made in the yard?
He's working on it now. He just asked me if they were leaving the DPU, and I said yes. So
Yeah. I'll get that DPU off of there in the future, except it's not really needed.
and now he just asked me if he was 0313 being dropped.
Along with the DPU.
Atwood Junction.
Nope, he's gonna go all the way down to the east end yard signal. It looks like he's skipping past the signal
No.
here.
Yeah, okay. Hawk's looking for you, Ken.
Yeah, I see that.
This should be milepost 38.4. 3.2.
Dog one's out.
Oh, that's what that
Nah,
was.
she just came in to lay down on the bed.
Man, three Amtrak's on the Bakersfield sub.
Yeah.
A bit of a sharp turn there after Esperanza.
I just told Ash he's going to be holding for one Amtrak. Sorry.
Better to hold for 1 than 3.
Yeah, I could have went ahead and said, well, you're gonna have to hold for 2 because I could have brought oh, this freight train's gonna kind of mess with me a little bit here. Actually, I think I'm gonna have to put siding.
Hey, so Ash is set out at Kings Park, goes on the siding that's to the south of Main 2. I think
So the siding I'm getting ready to put. No, wait, that's it. Oh no, that's okay. So he needs to be on 2 when he's at close to Guernsey or something. Was it called Reese?
Yeah, what is it? Let me.
It'd be after Wagner, wouldn't it?
It's after Wagner. So after Wagner, he needs to be on Main 2.
All right.
And then there's a hand throw to get off onto that south siding, not too far from Wagner.
You mean
I
I actually get to do a block, a control block, where I can show that it needs to be that nothing can go through there for a while.
However you want to handle it.
Man, this is not gonna be good. This Amtrak's already getting ready to catch up to this freaking Rick, and he's gonna cross, and Amtrak's gonna be held up for a little bit because I've got a little bit of a traffic jam up here at my UP crossover up here.
Better get Amtrak moving or you're going to lose your job.
Oh well. BNSF is always putting an Amtrak in a hole somewhere.
Another stack train. What do you think my chances of making it to Summit tonight are?
Got two at where you at?
In the area of Prado.
Okay. Think it'll be a challenge.
I got a decent HPT to 3.6. Stream looks a little choppy on my preview. The Metrolink West Corona station. Milepost 25.2.
Well, if nothing else, Ash is getting a nice train show right there at that yard lead there.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the fun of doing that, I think. So. It'd be interesting to see if it was fun as running that train on the Seligman and Needle sub, right? That the UFTW bar or whatever.
Well, once he's gonna be following stuff, so he should be all right now.
Are you going to get the 719 out of Bakerfield, or you need me to do that, Ken?
Is it ready to go out?
That's the one that you retagged there, and it's coming up on 1612 here. 15 seconds.
No, I can get down there and get it.
All right, because it'll probably, I don't know if it'll pull up and try to stop from there. It may.
It's not going to go anywhere right now because I got the other switch in front of it thrown. So, what time is it supposed to depart?
Now.
Now.
Yep. But how things happen.
All right. Well, it's crude. So.
Okay.
That's all that matters.
Oh. Oh, now I got one waiting to get in and one ready to come out. They're Bakersfield.
I don't think anybody's looking for work.
No.
New trains in Hobart.
Oh, I was just gonna ask you where my UP traffic up in Saco was at.
Yep, I finally found one.
Oh yeah. Oh. Well. Yeah. Well, Ash is on his way to Kings Park.
All right.
He's gonna get held at West East Bowls though. Another Amtrak to cross over in front of him.
No, it's just because you're mean.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another siding coming up. You're going in it.
Nah, he's gonna stay on the main. He's just gonna have to wait there for a few minutes. He may not even have to stop. He's not even in the past that. He's got like 2 more blocks before he even gets there, and he just still his tail end's still creeping out of the yard. So he's it says his tail end's creeping out of the yard, but he's out of the yard already.
I'm just glad you don't have any control over my signals tonight.
Well, I would have so much fun with you. This is probably why he doesn't go in an area where I'm dispatching. I just knock a signal down right in front of you. Ting!
That's not how this works.
That's not how this works. Well, how does it work?
You don't just drop signals in front of a train.
Well, you know.
That looks like a bear table.
I saw one of those go by San Bernardino about 20 minutes ago.
Wish I had one of those trains. I hope the dispatcher doesn't yell at me. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh yeah.
How noticeable is it in TSCAD when you're over the speed limit?
Doesn't show you speed.
Oh, good. So I can do whatever I want anyway.
Real life, a dispatcher wouldn't know what you're doing for.
Yeah.
Pretty much, TSCAD is real, like what a real dispatcher sees. It sees the lead locomotive number. And that's pretty much really it. And then any other information he has is on a completely different screen, and it tells him like his, the length, how much horsepower per ton. All that's on another screen. All he sees on the actual dispatch screen, the the lead number unit, and like the signals that he clears. That's it. That's all he sees for information. So we actually get a little bit more on TISCAD because we can hover over it, but yeah, it
They
just
should have
tells me
just
like,
programmed it into another screen like it would normally be.
yeah, that would be kind of cool to have a like within TISCAD just to have another screen of all your trains and all the information. It could be done, especially the way he's got it tabbed. It just could be a tab, another tab you could put up there.
Now, can you pull those tabs out and put them in another monitor?
Yeah, you can. So you can have them all in different windows if you want. So you have to close the tab you have, then just opening it up in another window. But for me, I it's just as easy to tab through the stuff because I also have like the Calhoun and I have the Mojave BNSF that I'm monitoring, but I'm not logged into, just so I can see if, like, when you were running the East Desk and you're like, oh, I got this at, such and such, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll send it in the one behind it. That's why I know you have one behind it because I'm monitoring that. One I don't have is I should have another one up, but I don't have the Alhambra sub.
You need, if you were going to put each one on a different monitor, you'd need like 14 monitors just to dispatch the Southwest.
Yep. That's what I think the tab works good too. So I usually group them, right? So put the Southwest desk, all those on the same window, but different tabs, and then a new window for like the central ones. And when I'm playing single player, right, that's what I do.
Yeah, I usually do like it'll be two separate windows, but I put um, like everything kind of controlled. So like the LA area, all kind of in one area,
Mm-hmm.
and then I put because it's not all UP and it's not all BNSF that I put in one area. So at least when I'm single player.
Who even has time for single player?
I had some, but going back to work tomorrow is gonna kind of make that not possible now.
I thought you were supposed to be retiring.
February 14th.
Oh, okay.
So
So you're not going back to work for very long.
3 weeks, and then I'm gonna be gone on a cruise for we're cruising Los Angeles to Hawaii for 15 days,
Oh,
and then I
yeah.
come back from that, and I work 2 days, and I retire.
Then what are you gonna do? You're just gonna run the server 24/7, right? You're gonna be on there dispatching.
And yeah,
No,
actually, I can spend more time on the model trains. I think so. A whole bunch of stuff to do there.
I think that you're gonna probably be spending more time on honeydew list, but that's just me from everybody I know that's retired.
Yeah.
The
Well,
wife can.
I have to go back at some point, so I'm
Oh,
not. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to look for another job and jump to another job.
Oh,
Don't need to do that. Got about a year to do whatever I want if I can keep myself busy that long.
yeah.
I'm sure you can find stuff to do.
Yeah, I think there's plenty to do. It's just some of it'll be fun stuff, and some of it'll be, I think, like Ken said, honeydew. But that's okay. I got a chance to get that stuff done. So. Man, I haven't switched in GM yard forever. I forgot how much I don't like it.
Oh, you taking care of that auto train that came in?
Yeah, one thing's
Yeah.
arriving it, but now getting it so you can work with
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
whole other story.
There are a lot of grade crossings through here.
It's because there's a lot of people that live in the Los Angeles area.
Holy cats. Ambient temperature 92 degrees. Hope the AC works in this thing. It's on PC Sniper. How are you doing tonight? Just coming into Colton Crossing here. Sorry about that first link. I don't know. I don't understand what the difference is. It looks the same to me except for www versus HTTP. But don't follow the first one, follow the second one. Oh, we got a clear signal now. And I clicked the first one to double check it, and it took me somewhere weird that said it was not a safe website. Not sure what happened there. Did the second one work for you, or you having issues with that one too? If you are, just do a search for Run 8 Train Simulator. You should be able to find it. We're coming into San Bernardino, California right now. Should be some activity up here on the right, just ahead at the San Bernardino GM Auto Facility. Across from that is the San Bernardino Yard, and just up from that on the left will be the intermodal yard. I think the auto rack train just arrived at San Bernardino GM facility. Do a quick little outside view here, a little run by. Gotta watch the speed, 30 miles an hour through here. We're now entering the BNSF Cajon sub. As we go around the corner, we'll start uphill, and it'll be a long uphill slug.
Oh, well, he just got to see his first green signal.
Who's that?
Ash.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been
He's
seeing a
been
lot
getting-
of green signals because Ken is not my dispatcher.
Yeah.
Oh, speed's getting away from us. That can happen quick.
Well, he's gonna see greens pretty much now for a while because he's not going to be racing the other train, so he's behind pretty. He's a couple blocks behind the other guy, but
CP 7th Street, and then after that is CP Baseline. And up the hill we go. Oh, that's not what I like to see. Have you been private messaging Chris? Because I don't have a green signal anymore.
yes, I just sent him a message saying, "Hey, since getting a little cocky over here about having green signals, what can you do about that?"
Well, there you
Yep, I'm headed into Barstow, and then from there, this train will continue up to Chicago. It's an interchange with CSX in Chicago. Currently, the Southwest route, the running train simulator has 3 different regions that you can run on currently. It has Southwest California, it has Mohawk and Selkirk up in New York, and it has the CSX A line in Florida. And currently, the Southwest route runs from LA, basically Hobart Yard at the beginning of the Alameda corridor, all the way to Seligman and up to Bakersfield and up through Bakersfield. I believe I don't have the Bakersfield subdivision yet, but I believe it runs all the way to Fresno. I forgot to set my counter when we passed the 50-mile-an-hour sign.
It's
If
getting to see an awful lot of
if we
fracture
did,
flow up here in
I don't. I'm not sure if we did or not yet.
Ashes.
Good.
So he's getting some nice scenery up here.
Oh, cool. Yeah, the simulators. It's really good. They put way more focus into the physics and the operations of the railroads than they do the graphics. Obviously, and a lot of people complain about it, but honestly, like the trees and stuff, they're basically cardboard cutouts. The houses are cardboard cutouts. But if you just look at it from inside the locomotive as you're going down the tracks, which is what it's designed to do, it doesn't look. I mean, it's no train sim world where they put more focus on graphics than they put on anything else. But I mean, it's perfectly fine for me. Yeah, the Bakersfield subdivision was the most recent one that they put out. Uh, no, that's a lie. They put out the Trona line out of Mojave. But the Bakersfield subdivision includes the Calwa yard. Let me see if I can bring up an overview map here.
Hmm. So the siding signal that he'll have at Iona Avenue will be a restricted, approach signal
This is the overview
that I cannot
of
control.
what's
So I give him
currently
the Wagner
available.
signal,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll get a green on that one. His next signal will be the approach.
Which one is that for Xbox? I'm
Solid
not
yellow.
familiar with it.
Then it switches right after that.
I think when that switch gets thrown, I think that makes that signal go red.
Does it?
Yeah, if I remember right. And then basically in AI mode, the train stopped, and then it went ahead and proceeded after stopping.
Yeah,
So
I
he'll
think
need
it's
that.
a.
I wasn't aware that they were making that for
And say, okay,
Xbox as well.
okay to throw the switch for the siding.
I do have it for I have it for PC and I have played it. Not very much. I mean the graphics are great. It's an amazing looking simulator. But that's about all that it has really
Well, I
is
could
the
give him a
graphics.
restricted signal at Wagner, which would force him to slow down.
True.
Yeah, we got the Bakersfield sub
Because
to
it's not too far
Fresno.
after Wagner.
The UP, they don't have the Fresno sub for the UP yet. It basically ends at Bakersfield.
It's a whole nother block.
And you have all of this,
Yeah.
all the way down here, all of this out to here. It's actually a really big area that they have for Southern California.
So I think I could think of, yeah, I mean, other than telling him after, well, I'll wait and have him tell me at Wagner and tell him that his next signal will, after this one, will be maybe a switch that he'll need to throw.
Yeah, so we've started our uphill climb.
To restricting, which will make him have to run slow through that block, but then I don't want to do that to him either. I think right now, if I give him the signal there,
the other people that you're hearing are
approach medium, flashing. Yeah.
This guy here is the guy that was just talking, is guy that's dispatching right now, and the other guy
What's it do if I give him
is spawning trains. He basically runs the server. We currently have 3 people dispatching the different sections of the route.
It gives him a restricting signal there. If I do that, so it's just a flashing red.
Another approach medium.
Not sure how I'll handle that. He's coming up to.
I could cheat and look and see if I'm following another train up the hill, which is most likely the case since I'm getting 2 approach mediums in a row. But I'd try not to look at the dispatch screen when I'm running a train. That's not, kind of takes the realism out of it. You kind of know what to expect on your next signals when. And now we begin the slow journey up the hill. Let's see, Summit is.
Doesn't seem so fast.
Summit is mile 55.6. You can see it's a. Well, it doesn't have the grade from baseline to Cajon. It doesn't show the grade, but it is a 2.2% grade from CP Cajon at milepost 64.5 up to CP Summit at milepost 55.6. So basically 10 miles at a 2.2% grade and 20 miles, almost 20 miles at an unknown grade. Still a pretty good grade. We're only doing 20 miles an hour.
Just all 316 cars for Kings Park, right?
Yeah. And then all you should have left are the Cal 103 or something like that.
Yeah. I just telling he'll give them an approach medium signal, and then they'll have a. You know what would really help is if he was on Discord.
Yeah.
can't really see what that signal is from here. Can either of you confirm that the alerter does not go off when you're outside the train?
No, I'm pretty sure it still goes.
I can either confirm or deny.
I'm pretty sure it still goes off if you're talking like F12 out of the train itself.
Yeah.
It should still, you should still hear it.
You hope you will hear it. Why not? Let's test it on the hill.
Sure, you like testing all kinds of things on my server.
What does that mean? I don't believe that I have ever been the cause of crashing the server.
Well, I don't think I've ever been the cause of crashing a server either, but
I did lose the trim power over on the depot the other day though.
oh,
I
way to
ate
go.
I hit AI recrew and it disappeared.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that they were actually smart when they programmed the alerter, and if you're outside the train doing roll bys or something, it doesn't go off.
Oh.
We'll find out though. I've been outside the train for quite a while though. I think it would have gone off by now, but I'll keep waiting.
I'm pretty sure on single players outside the train, and I'm pretty sure it went off, but you know.
You can see the speed decreasing.
Should I throw the switch on him or should I let him throw the switch? I gave him permission to throw the switch, so
Yeah, probably ought to let him do it.
Here comes the DPU.
I'll stand here at the signal.
We can look at the bar at the the bar graph at the top shows you the forces on your couplers, and you can break them. It's still showing a medium approach. Oh, don't go through the earth. Ground. We're doing pretty good on our couplers right now, though. You don't have to worry about them until they either turn red. The ones that are yellow now, they'll turn orange and then red, and then they'll break. The ones that are green means those are the ones that are being pushed by the DPU. And they'll turn blue and purple, and then they break.
I got to switch for him. I'm on the ground.
Well, yeah, you're just standing there. Jeez.
Yeah, I got nothing else better to do.
All the way down to 18 miles an hour. I hope this 3.6 HPT can even get me up the hill.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Well, I'm down to 18 now.
The AI guys can do it, I know.
Yeah,
They can do
they'll take
everything,
they'll
though.
take a 1.5 HPT train 30 miles an hour up the hill.
Actually, like, I didn't know that switch was that close.
It's right there. Yeah.
Well,
I may have
you
started
should
the
have your
horn.
maps up there, buddy.
I may have started the horn too
I
early.
gave him like the road right before it. He's using the depot map. It would have, he could install that. See how close that switch was. Oh well.
I'm still outside the train, and I'm still have not gone into emergency. So I don't think the alerter works when you're outside the train.
Oh.
I wonder if it works if you sit on the catwalk.
Well, are you still moving your controls at all?
Not on the rail driver, no.
Oh.
Well, I did blow the horn just now for a crossing, but it was been some time before that.
Yeah.
It'd be good to know if you had to go take a bathroom break or something while you're pulling the hill. Let's see if I can jump on the front here without killing myself. I missed it. Because why wouldn't you run on the front deck going up the hill? Just step out and get some fresh air.
Sure, why not? It'd be alright.
I'd probably get fired if I was a conductor or engineer, because I'd totally do that.
No, conductor wouldn't be such a bad deal, but it'd be the engineer. The engineer decided, unless the conductor was qualified to run the locomotive, then which some are, then it wouldn't have been that bad. Because when nature calls, sometimes the conductor's got to take over. Even while the train's rolling.
Alright, so while we're going up the hill, I am going to take a bathroom break, and hopefully it doesn't go into emergency while I'm gone.
Okay.
If not, Chris will yell at you. Or if it does.
Let's just keep it a secret and not tell him. All right, guys, I'll be back in just a couple minutes. I gotta take a bathroom break.
Oops, that was not the channel I wanted to do that on.
Okay.
And he's completely gone off my screen. I can't see him anymore.
Oh, he's in the siding completely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now he's asking, does he need to drop another engine?
Yeah, I think we want to take it to Bakersfield. So because we have more things we could do with it there.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna step away for a minute.
Great.
But I'm not running any trains or anything, so it won't be like Clint's experiment, right? So I'll be back.
What's that? Oh, yeah? Oh.
Let me get my pushers going here. I guess it's good practice for starting on a hill. Oh, nice. I'm going faster now than I was before the penalty brake application.
No, yeah.
And I have green signals again now, too. Oh, you would pull up right there and block my view. Be right back. All right, let's get back in the train. Another clear signal there. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it. The 8.4. Still got like another 20 miles to go yet. Summit is at. Oh no, not. Might just make it to Summit. We're not even into the steepest part of the grade, I don't think, yet. There's a train on the UP line. They split off at Silverwood, headed down towards West Colton. I'm not sure if they have the freeway modeled in here or not. Been a while since I've run this route. We do 3-hour sessions every Sunday night from 7 to 10 Central Time. Sometimes they start a little bit late. See the clock up here. We started at 1500. We got 20 minutes left. 20 minutes and about 10, 11 or 12 miles to go yet. So we might just make it to Summit. there is a setting that you can. It's kind of like a difficulty setting. If you set it to Piglet, it's either Piglet or High Seniority Hogger. If you set it to Piglet, starting on hills and stuff like that's a little bit easier, and you don't have the alerter going off all the time. They have the radio here. I can actually use it to tone the dispatcher if I need to get his attention. These switches here do work. None of any of this does, but the isolation switch and the headlight setup does work. All of these switches work. The alerter works, sand, bell, and the horn, they all work. These you can't move. I didn't think you could move them, but apparently maybe you can from in cab. I have the rail driver, so I use that. It is set up. The temperatures are reasonable for the time of year that you have it set to. This is set for July. But I know on the other server that I play on, they have on the Selkirk and Mohawk route up in New York, it's set to current date and time, and the temperatures up there are like 30-ish. Moon phases are all appropriate, and there was a discussion on one of the forums whether or not they use actual star data, whether you could find constellations or not, and I think people have actually found constellations, so I think they use real star data. At night you'll be able to see all the stars and pick out constellations. They don't have any real weather effects. Well, they do have some. They have fog and clouds. Some days are cloudier than others, and lightning and thunder. They don't have any rain, but I hear that's they're putting that into version 3, which I think last I heard they're thinking probably towards the end of this year they're going to release version 3. And they don't have it set up like Train Sim World where you can't go outside here and open the doors and start the engines, look at the engines, anything like that. But you can start them manually from in here, except for the SD40s. For some reason, they don't have any manual starting. When you go outside the train, you click on the locomotive, it gives you a little interaction menu, which doesn't translate onto the stream. None of the overlay menus translate onto the stream unless you have it on window capture, which I don't have it on because I have a habit of pulling up the server screen, which would give away the passwords for the servers, and I don't want to do that. So I just use the game capture, which doesn't capture the overlays. You have your different screens for your MFD. And this one here, if you can actually put track bulletins into the game, and they will show up in here. This is the maximum train speed on this route is 70 because it's an intermodal. Yeah, I think Run 8 is the best train simulator as far as actual operation of the train. The physics are really good. And everything seems to work. If you do stupid stuff, stupid things are going to happen. You can break couplers. They don't model derailments because most simulators don't, for obvious reasons. I don't know why people want to have model derailments. I'm perfectly fine with breaking couplers, and if you wanted to have derailment conditions, just go to a black screen or something, or what Run 8 does. If you cross track, it'll just apply all your parking or your handbrakes and stop your train immediately, and then you go the other direction and correct it. The industries do work. You can look at your car tags. See, this one is tagged with the train symbol. Oop. And the cars are tagged with their destination. They have industries on the route that get cars, and when they're tagged with the industry symbol, they will actually load or unload themselves. Once you set them at the industry for a certain amount of time, they'll either load or unload whatever is appropriate for it, and you pick them up and send them on their way. Yeah, all the switches work. You have all the hand throws work. There's some, I don't know if it's my mouse or my setup, but there's some kind of weird thing going on that sometimes the mouse, when I'm trying to turn the view, it does some weird stuff. But yeah, you have the hand throws, and you have the electronically locked switches, which you can't do anything with them unless they're unlocked.
He's spawning another Amtrak at Hammond. Should be at 716. Should be.
Yeah.
I got them all. Yeah, I got them all lined up. They'll at least make it into the station.
Yeah. Let's see, 716.
And when you're on multiplayer servers, you can have somebody act as your conductor. You can switch seats, and they will be able to act as your conductor, and you can actually, they can be out there uncoupling cars, doing your angle cocks, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
To being.
And I'm pretty sure that the emergency brake valve is there when you have crew interaction turned on and you have a conductor that he could actually pull the emergency brake.
Well, he's going to make it all the way to Corn. Yeah, Corn. He's going to have to sit there at Corn. So he made it pretty good today. Probably better than he did with his U Fort Worth bar.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
not making 2 set outs.
I might just make it to Summit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're in the neighborhood, aren't you? And what was our conclusion with the alerter testing
My conclusion is that
outside the cab?
if you're actually off of the train, you shift 12 or F12 completely off the train. I don't think the alerter will trip, but if you're riding on the front deck or something, it will still trip.
Okay.
Yeah, because you got an emergency application, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a penalty brake application while I was riding on the front deck.
Whoops.
So when you have to go potty and you're running a train, you just
F12.
yeah.
If you have to potty while you're running a train, just jump out the window.
Just jump out the window. All right.
Oh yeah, one of these locomotives has a bathroom in it. See if I can get to it. Nope, that's not where I want. You can move around inside a little bit. If you look at a certain point and hit F11, it will move you to that point. Like if I want to go to that seat, I just hit F11 and it'll put me in the seat. There is, not sure if it's this engine or the other one, but down in this area, there is actually a bathroom that you can go into. And if you shift F11, you'll just bounce around all over the cab. And actually walk down the catwalks. I want to get myself onto the front. It's not the front. That's the front. All right. No, if you go over here. Let me go over here. Not down there. Over here. There is. Must be the other one. Do I have one on here? Do I have an SD70 on this train? I gotta keep an eye on my signals too. Still clear. I do not. I think the SD70 is the one with the bathroom. And you can jump on any train you want. If the AI is running a train or somebody else is running a train, if you can jump in their train and ride along with them. There's Amtrak stuff running as well, as you might have heard the other guys talking about. You can actually put yourself in one of the Amtrak cars as a passenger and just ride along with it. Well, I think this one probably does. It's just not. They only modeled it in one, and I think it's only in one specific livery. It's the SD70, I think. and I think it's the Union Pacific livery. I don't think all of the SD70s have it, but they might. And you can actually get hit with defects from the defect detectors. Yeah, so yeah, I'm more of a simulator guy than like Call of Duty and stuff like that. I do play some Minecraft and some other games that aren't really simulators, but mostly I'm into simulators. I do this. I do flight sim. I do ATC on VATSIM for flight sim. I used to play American
Mike,
Truck
did you ever
Simulator.
come to a conclusion what you want to do with that stuff on R8 and West Colton? That's pretty much all Corona traffic. I mean, it really doesn't even need to be thrown over the hump.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's another one I was planning to. Uh, yeah, we just
I've
saw
never played
whatever.
World
I
of
can't
Tanks.
remember what it goes on. Shoot.
I think we were using the Fresno train, wasn't it? Or we were using the RV. I know, I think Fresno. I think
It,
it was
in
the
real life, they
WC.
started using the shoot, the Portland one. It's like WCPD. Ah, I gotta think. I'll have to see because those whatever Vulcan, because I had to set up the Vulcan industry to be whatever the through freight is,
Yeah,
uh, westbound, and then the eastbound is like whatever SBS lumber and whatever the other thing is. Yeah, Lancaster. Yeah, I'll have to look those up. But yeah, my intention was we'll just add traffic to it, but that's the Trona block, right? So
yeah. I think we were in the last iteration. We were using the Fresno.
we were, yeah. That changed with the configuration, I'm sure. Just don't. I'll just have to make sure what it got changed to.
Just bring the flyer back.
Yeah, we're going retro. Bring the flyer back.
Yeah, they're talking about traffic from
There you
West
go.
Colton to
Stop and
Trona
stop the clock.
since the Mojave Flyer doesn't run anymore.
Boom. Clock is frozen.
Everything will be coming to a rolling stop here on the northwest desk. So
Okay.
I am going to let that feed Claude or Rick run out of the system.
Oh, okay. So was
Uh,
Amtrak going to move up to the Mingo or?
no, I'm just going to leave him there at Fresno.
Oh,
He's,
that's
he's
starting
still
to.
doing his station stop. He's probably still doing
He's
station.
moving that. He's just moving
I
right
saw the
now.
whistle board.
I
Is
just
he
heard the whistle. I was
There's
sitting
the
here watching it.
crossing.
Yeah.
away from the station? I can move him up a. I can move him up a block then.
Okay.
I don't want to get too crazy with him. Oh well, Ash is smart. He's stopped his train, not blocking any crossings. Gonna give him a gold star for the day.
There you go.
I made a comment to somebody on the depot about tying down a train on a crossing, and they said virtual lives don't matter. Well, It can get pretty pricey because when you buy the sim
No,
itself,
nope. Now he's gonna go across the crossing.
hang
No,
on,
now he's getting his gold star.
No, he put it on AI, I think.
Gold Star removed.
Just saw this.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I mute them. Uh, it can get pricey because the sim itself is $40 or $50, but all you get when you buy the base simulator is Needles, Mojave, and Cajon subs. So you get from Needles through Barstow up to Bakersfield and down to San Bernardino. And West Colton to Bakersfield on the UP side. And just a little bit of track going out from Barstow towards Yermo. And most of the routes to add on to that are about $40 a piece as well.
Okay, is Hawk drop? Is Hawk still on?
I don't know. I assume he is.
Not getting the.
He's been pretty quiet. Like he doesn't have anything on the BNSF Mojave for me. So most.
And a lot of the cars and engines are add-on stuff too. I mean, it's you can play like if you don't have all the add-on stuff, you can still play on a simulator or on a server that does have all the add-on stuff. It's just the cars that you don't have will show up as box cars. So
It didn't really look like that was happening on the east.
Oh. Only one I know that's still kind of rolling is the one that just left. Well, it's out in between South Dyke and what is that one that's on Alhambra? That's well out of West Colton there. That's on the
Oh, Slover.
Slover. I assume Chris has probably got him stopped at Slover somewhere though.
yeah, I'm planning on starting to stream more of this
And the
stuff
Amtrak just keeps
and
on
some of the
rolling.
stuff on the other server as well. So if you stop by, you'll probably see a little bit more of it.
Point where
Oh, is that where he's?
he just went through.
Oh, this is a neat feature. The way the horns,
I can hear him whistling.
the horn changes in
Oh,
the tunnel.
hey, he should be coming to.
Yeah, he's gonna stop at Kawa there.
Yeah. Yeah, he just made the bend there. Got all those street crossings in between the Sunmaid crossing and all that.
And next Sunday night, I'll probably be doing some dispatching on this server.
Do, 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 do.
I have no sympathy for him.
I'm in the same situation. It's like, oh, hadn't been to work since December 19th or whatever.
Hey guys, I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
Hey,
Lucky you.
I still do have to get up early in the morning and go over and take care of my parents, so I guess that's still kind of work. But my
We stream World of
drive
Tanks.
time is only 2 minutes. If I wanted to make it longer, I could walk over there, but you know. So this 313 traffic. Do you want me to move it further into the yard, or and then get some local power set up for it?
Yeah, we're gonna need a switcher and some local power, and yeah, and it's like I can't even. I've never really switched anything in Calwa, so wherever it makes sense to have it for classifying. Probably in that middle section there, it's got like the 5 tracks, right?
Also, I could use the DPU power and back it into the
I
to where
forgot to
that
put
stuff
my
track
channel back
is,
on
and
zero.
then
Nobody
just got
saw my
like,
message.
no, I'm standing over here, basically almost right across where the Amtrak's stopping at the signal here.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at too. There's a nice little bunch of
This little
tracks.
yard, yeah, right
Yeah.
here. You see
Yep.
where you see where I'm
Oh yeah.
at?
Yep.
I was thinking this just back it down into here for right now, and then I'll probably put a probably a GP40 for switching here. It's not like it's going to be a lot of traffic, and then
Maybe a
is
pair
this
of
is
GP40s for the power for
Looks like we're
or
looks like we're gonna be stopping at right at CP Silverwood, where the UP splits off down towards West Colton.
used for this. Now the Kings Park switcher, I think, would probably be like GP40s because all this does is basically. No, wait, this is just all in this area, isn't it?
it's going to run east. Uh, it almost runs over to Kings Park. There's some industries. I can't think where at. 1, 2, 3.
I was pretty sure that I think the 313 goes all the way to Kings Park and picks up the traffic there and comes back. But if you're running it different, where it's having well, it'd be what the bar to Rick coming back would be picking up all that.
Yeah.
You can do an end of train emergency as well. Just all the little things like that they have modeled in here is what makes it so good.
To Kings Park, then comes back, and it drops the traffic off there, which makes sense because it's got to be you're going to have more traffic that needs to get to destinations going east than you are going to have stuff going north. So 313 would bring the stuff that it collects and bring it down to, or did it stop all the way?
It's funny because I see the Kings Park when I read about it. It works to the east, to I think Corcoran or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
I know there was like the two I had saw meet somewhere, and then that traffic all pretty much went to Barstow to be sorted.
I'm gonna fence the DPU so I can
Then
start
some of
bringing
it
it
would go
down.
back to Caldwell Yard where they would sort it because like stuff going north doesn't
Yeah,
need to go back to
yeah.
um,
They wouldn't haul it over the pass to bring it back over the pass, right? It
yeah.
had to be right. So
Well, I guess it could go to. I guess it. So I mean, the next one would be. Uh, what's the next yard going west? Is that Pasco? No. What was the next? What's the next yard going west from Hammond?
well, Fresno and then Stockton. Um, I had the because Richmond, right, bringing the traffic in. I also have for the local that runs out of Bakersfield and comes west, through Schaffner and that. I'm bringing that over I'm
I
bringing it in
wonder.
from the east.
I wonder if the Stowe would be a better one to bring the traffic in on. Because
Well,
Stockton would be your next yard. I think is your next yard west or well northwest. However you want to look at that. And then because Stockton's is classification yard.
Half a mile to go.
the problem I have, the reason I created another yeah symbol was this, like the stow bar carries a lot of stuff, uh, and to add on, I mean, this is a full train when it starts off, right? It makes its drop at Fresno, makes its drop at Kings Park. It's like I just don't have space to put that on another train that's already existing without making it unreasonable large. But
Monster.
yeah, that's kind of what I was playing with. It's okay. I'm gonna have to do this a different way. So
Yeah.
You mean like those 14,000 foot, 20,000 ton bar lacks we used to do?
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid that too.
Because that's no fun.
Yeah, because there's definitely not room down there for that many cars in Porphyry and La Mirada.
Yeah, not at all.
How big is usually our rig to bar though coming out of Barstow?
I
Oh, the
don't know.
bar Rick? I don't know.
Yeah, the bar. Yeah, the bar rig, because he's gonna
Yeah.
have to stop at those. Well,
Well, it
no,
depends
because
on.
I guess Bakerville's gonna.
Well, the other thing we have that we didn't used to have is the passcode to Bakersfield.
Automatic brake bail off the
And then there's a
Indy.
daily Bakersfield to Pasco. That might be the way to haul it out, actually.
Well, because the stuff that was it 012 and 013 run, that all will come back to Bakersville, so that'll go out on the back to bar, wouldn't it? Yeah. See, that's I was pretty sure that there's a train that comes out of Bakersville that runs west far enough to pick a lot of that up, and then it comes back, because then it goes down on the back to bar, because then you're gonna have a bar to back too. That unless you're eliminating that.
No, it's still going to be there.
That's a good looking
There's
train.
a lot of locals, right, to run out of Bakersfield, right, with the JVR stuff and the
Yeah.
and the 103, but this Rick Back's got the 103 traffic on it. That's what's still left on it.
Set it back to AI so it can run next session if I don't pick it up again.
I got it typed up somewhere what I was thinking, so I'll get that.
All right. Well, that's the end of the session. I got to get up for work in the morning. He's going to move up because he doesn't like how far away from the signal I stopped, but he can do his thing. Yeah, thanks for coming in. I got to get out of here and get ready for bed. Hopefully you'll stop by again. Take care.
Figure so it's not complete, but I started it.